Hello, I'm Sinead from iCabbi and I'm delighted to be here with Kaz from Local Cars in Bradford today. Kaz, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I've been dying to talk to you because you've been very, very busy recently. So you have been a customer of iCabbi for 4 years?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, but you've been kind of a partial customer of iCabbi because at least 50% of your fleets have been on another system whilst you've also had the rest of them on iCabbi, is that right?
That's correct.
So at some point, you made a decision that you were going to have to put all of your fleets onto the same technology, which obviously makes sense. iCabbi has won that battle. Why did you choose iCabbi over the other operator?
One of the main reasons why we chose iCabbi is the new product that you guys have launched, which is iCabbi Exchange.
Okay.
We, like you said, so half of my fleet was with AutoCab and half with iCabbi. So we were based in a certain area of Bradford, but not able to cover the rest of the Bradford. So for instance, if a customer was in a certain place and he or she wanted a taxi from 6 miles away, we might not have a driver there. So we had to be on the same system and work together, which using two dispatch systems wasn't possible because we couldn't share the work and we couldn't merge the work. Hence, when you guys have bought this exchange out nationally, we thought we need to do something in locality in Bradford before we go national. So I went to Blackpool, I opened your app and I seen the app and it worked perfectly. So I've come to Bradford and I worked alongside another provider, Madge, who owned Shipley, Ross, Eccleshill,
Right.
Idle, a number of different firms which were 7-8 miles to me. So we thought together we can acquire another number of other firms and let's get Bradford conquered first, where no other fleet can touch us. So what we've done is, around a radius of 20 miles, we've put about 700 to 800 drivers on iCabbi. We're using sites, so it doesn't affect no drivers, it doesn't affect no customers. Every firm has got its own app, every firm has its own work. But what we've done is we've given every firm between 2 to 3 minutes to cover that work if they can. If they don't, we're using your model iCabbi to network that work between ourselves in Bradford.
Okay,
so after 2 minutes, it goes to a default where all the sites will look at that work and we aim to cover that job within 3 to 5 minutes. This is what we've done in Bradford, but then we're marketing nationally. So
using the iCabbi app
iCabbi app exchange.
Okay. So I love the 3 to 5 minutes. So you're kind of setting about saying, right, passenger expectation and experience is critical to you and your brand expanding. So you've got that rule in place that's across all of the fleets. They can have their work when it's their work, and if they can't service it, it's out into the network and done. So the passenger is always getting
correct.
a car
So
as soon as possible.
in total, we've got approximately 14 to 15 companies that are on our local network alongside, so Local is a holding company, and then we've got the sites linked to the main default. So we're aiming 2 to 3 minutes. In the past, for instance, if one of the sites and a customer went 8 miles away, the customer was opening an app and it was showing 27 minutes. But now that same app is going to show them 3 minutes because another fleet driver will be there. Another fleet will cover that job. However, if the original fleet driver is there, he's going to get the job. But if he's not going to get the job, within 3 minutes to 5 minutes, we're going to cover that job.
Well, which is the power of the network concept at its very core, which is don't let a passenger disappear, don't let them leak out of the bucket, because you've won that passenger. Very easy to lose one, don't lose them. And all of your fleets are benefiting from this because ultimately they're able to give their core passengers that same coverage everywhere they go to.
Correct. I mean, before the exchange came, I've always pushed, for the last 3 years, I've always pushed iCabbi. We need this networking, The reason why, because if one of my customers, even though it's in Bradford, I mean Shipley is an area in Bradford, but it's 8 miles away to me. But when the customer went to Shipley, we weren't able to provide that taxi to them. So what they did was open the Uber app. When they opened the Uber app, it's a ride-hailing company where they're getting that service. So when they're coming back to my area, which was Bradford South, they were continuing to use that Uber app. So that customer, if I'm going to lose one customer, I'm going to lose another customer, and I'm losing a number of customers then.
And over time, what might be small on one day becomes very, very large over
very large. So what we decided was, why not work together why not work with a number of other private hire firms and keep that business within us? Because if that customer is using my app, it's using everybody else's app. You know, it's going to use my app, and a fleet's going to provide the service, but tomorrow it's going to use my app again. But if it's going to use a ride-hailing app, he might not come back to me.
You've embraced collaboration, and I think it's really wonderful. You're a real ambassador for it here. When you've applied that now and looking at the performance of the fleets overall, are you seeing an increase generally now in bookings due to that passenger stickiness in place?
With AutoCab fleets, we didn't have no app. The app doesn't work like iCabbi did. So with our main default provider, Local, we had a 67-70% automation. With the other fleets, AutoCab, we had 35-40% automation. So we've only been on the same platform last 2 weeks, and we've already increased. We can see an increase in our app jobs already.
Excellent. That's
we
what
can already see increase where drivers, where a certain fleet wouldn't be able to cover a job at a certain place, and they're covering that job. So when we're on the dispatch, the management team this week is on the dispatch screen looking at a job coming from a different area and saying, wow, that fleet's covering it now, but normally we wouldn't be able to cover it. So, I mean, back of this iCabbi exchange, this idea of Bradford came, hence what we've done in Bradford is we wanted it to conquer in our own little town, and then now moving on to other towns. We want to use iCabbi exchange where someone opens that app, they're going to open one of our sites app. So any of our sites, there's 14 sites that we're using, any of our own app, but they're going to get a taxi, whether they're in Leeds, Manchester, Blackpool. This weekend, there's been a festival in Leeds. A number of our customers, the next day, they've told drivers, oh, we got a taxi within 3-4 minutes, you know, from Leeds, because they were using our app and they were getting that taxi. So
the technology has really empowered you guys to expand into a different direction and far further afield than you may have gone otherwise, which is wonderful. Can I ask you a little bit about your implementation, because you put a lot of drivers live on the iCabbi platform in a very short space of time. Were you nervous going into that? Did that implementation process go well? How are the drivers? Is everybody happy, or did you lose a few along the way? Talk to us a little bit about that, because I know when fleets look to move from one platform to another, it can be quite worrying. How did that experience go for you?
To be honest, it's scary to move fleets, and on the back of your head, you just think certain drivers are used to that certain system, or certain operators are used to that particular system, and it's going to be where, are we going to lose work? Are we going to lose drivers? Are we going to lose the system? But totally honestly, with iCabbi, the transition we've had, we've not even realised that we've done a merge with nearly 300 fleets onto iCabbi. We've done fleets. We've done the implementation on a Monday and a Wednesday with each site, and it's gone really smooth. Today we stand here with over 300 drivers, and we've got another 100 drivers to tag on, and we've not even realised the team, implementation team. We've had Steve Holland, we've had Tess, we've had Josh, Richard, everyone. I mean, wherever we needed something,
you're in very safe hands with all of that crew.
We felt we were in safe hands. I mean, whether office hours are till 4 o'clock, but if I contacted someone at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the evening, there was an issue, they were there. We had them come on the sites. They covered where we can, and not just that. Every taxi firm works differently, so we wanted certain rules in place, or certain procedures in place, and we got the assistance with that, and today we are here with 14 firms, sites on together, working as sites, and it's working well.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for choosing iCabbi as your supplier, and for putting all that effort and trust into our technology to help change your business towards a network approach, and for being part of the exchange, because it's with every fleet and every driver that's added to it that the strength of the exchange grows. So thank you very much, Kaz.
Thank you very much. What I do want to add is that confidence, and is something where some operators might not rely on to share work, on dispatch. Something with ourselves at Local, we are going to force to do that, because we need to have that confidence in the other private hire operators to give them that work, rather than giving it to a giant ride-hailing company who's going to take the work. So this iCabbi exchange is a model and a product to use by other providers. I mean, West Yorkshire, today you are here. there wasn't enough. In Bradford, for instance, there was only 2 companies that you guys had with iCabbi. Today you've got 15 companies with iCabbi.
Yeah.
So we can share work, and there are 1 or 2 other providers that I'm going to see today at this
I know
event.
you've already made new friends
Yeah,
today,
I've already made a friend from Leeds, and I've already made a friend from Dewsbury,
new partners.
who we're going to already start partnering with. So thank you very much.
So encouraging other fleets to come to the roadshow, because you not only will learn a lot about the exchange,
It's
you also
networking.
meet new partners.
Yeah.
Networking at networking event.
Yeah, 100%.
Very good. Thanks, Kaz.
Thank you very much.